What's up guys, welcome back to another episode here on RainyDay, and the Underworld is finally here. Now we're going to be doing a giveaway in this episode, so stay tuned for that as I'll explain how to enter that in a little bit. But Underworld has just dropped and we have already recorded. As you can see, we've got pumpkins behind us and our recording corrupted. So we're going to be going over all the crops again, technically. But yeah, so obviously I will be making the farms for them because they're already made, but we'll be going over like the Underworld and just everything that's with them. So we will be doing some probably big farms in the Underworld, one of them being the tree farm for the Underworld because the trees can be very annoying. So we're going to try out that schematic in a future episode and see how that will work. Before it was a bit buggy, the schematic never worked, but we'll be the ones to test it. So we did get through a bunch of crops here. As you can see, we're all the way onto beetroot. We've just unlocked it. And yeah, so this is our pumpkin farm. We got rid of our cactus in place for more pumpkins, because if you get special pumpkins, you can get spider spawners. And we also did whatever plants these are called. I still don't know what they're called. And it looks trippy when you like... just super trippy. Now, I apologize for the banging in the background. If you guys can hear that, you probably can. We've got a little renovation going on. So, yeah, it might be a noisy video, but we'll try to do our best to manage with that. Alright, so as I just pull up the Underworld announcements in the Discord, we're just going to go over everything that they've added. So they've added new Clash gear, and then there's a new Clash arena and a new Clash boss, so it's now an upgraded dragon. And we've also got an increased count in white scales, black scales, and rainbow scales, so that is pretty nice. So now we do have the Underworld set that's unlocked, so you can start actually grinding out for these. The best way to do that is probably through fishing. There's new island missions, there's new dungeon potions. And now I believe if we actually go to potions, there is one that I don't think would work anymore. So we've got the potion of luck. Now a while ago they did remove the luck attribute, but they've still kept the potion, so I don't know how that would work out. They've got 9 new island traits, new crate items, improved loot in the Stormbroker, and then usual all your studies. So we got a bunch of studies to go through. So bringing us onto the studies, this is how we can enter the giveaway. So for you guys that tuned in for the live streams in the Earth, when we did our mobs, we made an enclosure for each and every one. Now you guys on the live stream told me what blocks to use. You give me the block palette, and we made something out of it. And I think that's a very good way for me to interact with you guys and you to interact back and actually take part in this series. So we definitely made some good enclosures. This one was probably my favorite. But now we need 5 new enclosures. So in order for us to do that, we need you guys in the comment section to comment a block palette and for which mob. And then from there, we're going to choose our favorite block palette for each type of mob. And for you guys to enter, all you got to do is comment your in-game name, as well as the mob, and then the block palette to go with it. And I'm going to be choosing the best palettes that I think will make for a very good build. And we'll be making an episode on every single mob, just building these enclosures. And when we do that, the winners I'll put on screen, and you guys can just message me in game or whenever, and you can claim yourself a cosmetic key. So I do have a bunch of cosmetic keys to give away, as well as a bunch of other keys. So I have not posted in a while, I know that guys, and I apologize for that. I had some things pop up in real life, and my mouse also broke, so we had to wait for another one of these to get sent out, which took its while due to Christmas and New Year's and everything. So yeah, we got a brand new mouse and it now works smoothly. So let's walk back up top and we'll go through our crops. So we started off with our pumpkins. As you can see, we just replaced 2 melons, and then on top of that, we replaced all of our cactus. Destroying it took ages. We then got these pitcher pods in the middle. I decided to make this middle section 2 blocks high, as a pitcher pod requires 2 blocks in height compared to every other crop that we're going to be harvesting. Now, another good thing for you guys to remember, you do need water and light if you have not unlocked it in your Earth studies. By this time, if you're not a new player, you've probably already done that. You get lightless crops in... I can't remember what it is in. You get lightless crops in Melon Expert, and you get waterless crops in the Expert for the deep sea... the deep sea fish, which we can actually prestige, so let's quickly just do that. We can prestige them all, apparently. But yeah, then after the pitcher pods, we have ourselves glowberries. So with that light and water out the way, that's everything taken care of. We don't need water for this. Light, I'm not too sure about. But basically, it grows, I believe it grows 15 blocks down. Now, we cut it off at 10. And in order to harvest these, you work from bottom to top. So it's like bamboo in a sense, but different. Now, these glowberries that's actually grown on the vines, you can right click and that counts as a harvest. Or you can just go and break every single one, which also counts as a harvest. So you can just break a normal vine, or you can just harvest the berries. Depends which way works better for you. Now, bringing us on to the next crop, we have ourselves torch flowers. Again, 1 block height, needs water, I believe it needs light, and it just works the same as every other farm we got going. So yeah, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And lastly, bringing us onto the one that we've currently not worked on. We're going for a new setup with this one, and this is going to be a railway setup. So we've decided to change this from 6, being for these pitch pods up here, down to 4 at original amount, because that's how much you can reach. So on these like wooden blocks, we're going to place some rails, we're going to add some activations along the way, and yeah. Then all we got to do is sit in the rail and just hold our left click as we go down, and we're going to try and make it so when we get to the end, it drops us to the next layer and it sends us on our way. So it'll just be a repeated process, and hopefully we can actually get that up and running. So let's get on with it. So the first things first, I just want to get on my beetroot placed. Now, we've not got many layers. We will be expanding this for sure. This is just a little one. Just prepared before we noticed our recording wasn't working. So let's multiplace this by 64, and you guys already know the drill. We got to do this all the way down, all 8 chunks, and for every single layer. So it's going to be a while, so we'll be right back. Okay, so now that all of our beetroot is placed, we need to start getting the resources in order to make these chests. Now, one thing we're going to need is powered chests, but luckily we should now have gold. Yeah, so we now have the ability to start getting gold as the Underworld is here. However, we've not unlocked it, so the best way we could go about this is by trying to buy some on the auction. There's 15 blocks here for 10k. It's honestly a steal. And yeah, I think that's literally about the only gold on here. Now, if we warp to crates, that's iswarp/warp crates. Let me see if there's any new crates. So there was the new event one, the new year's one. But in the store, it says there's an event crate, but apparently there's not. So I don't know. So we're going to craft ourselves some powered rails, and the way we're going to power them would probably be a redstone block, because, yeah, this is why. We've got a bunch of them. Which means we probably will need to upgrade our redstone in our island studies. But let's get crafting all of our rails, and I'll see you back up top in hopes we can get enough placed down. I don't know how many rails we're going to need, but it's definitely looking like a lot. Okay, guys, I put a stack of everything in, and it made a lot more rails than I thought. Good side, though. We'll probably end up using all this. Hopefully. But we're not lacking in iron, so we should actually be okay. And just, you know, we could make more if we need to. Even if we didn't need to, we could make more. It's the gold that we are lacking at, because we only managed to get a little bit over 4 stacks, which isn't ideal, and I don't know if it's going to be enough. But for this to work, we're going to have to set up some sort of mechanism. So, I feel like up here is where we want the minecart. And then we'll have the button there. So this will be the one just to start us off. And we actually are going to need a minecart for this experiment, just so we can keep testing how many blocks we need to do. Because we don't want to be going too fast to the point that we're not harvesting every single one. We want to be harvesting every single one effectively. And that might require us slowing down a little on this rail. So let's head down here. And the way we're going to do this is, for now, we're just going to use a wooden button. So we've got one there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's say. And then we'll put here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So on this one, we do need to actually break it. And that is Can you break rails with your hands? Oh, you can. And then that one will power. So if we put our minecart here and we hop in it, all we've got to do is this, and this should be fast enough. Although that one kind of sent us. So it should be fast enough to keep us going, but after we hit this one, it's this initial part where we hit it, we speed up quite a bit. And I feel like if I place one here, it might be too early. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I can't really test it as I've not got any grown. Or could I? We might be able to. So if I do this, we activate our seedling. So I don't know if I was looking at the wrong angle or it's too fast. I don't know. I feel like we'll make it 12 maybe, just for safe measures. We'll keep this one at 10 because to start off with, we do go very slow. And then we hit that and we get the boost. So then we'll make here 12 and we'll keep on going. So we're going to get this first layer in. And then I'll come back when we're making the drop section at the end for us to come back this way. And hopefully that's not as hard as it sounds. Okay, so we've just managed this. So we have it just flying straight off. The track ends here. So what we should do when we hit our minecart coming here, we should just start dropping like a normal minecart does. Realistically, we'd probably land about here or here. So I made them both powered. And then that way, just to make sure, and then we have to like have a block that we hit, otherwise we're going to keep going in this direction. So we made sure we hit this block, and then this block will send us back. That's the hope. And this is the moment of truth. So let's go here. So we fall off. We land on like the edge of it. So we actually position that perfectly. Because we landed like about here, I'd say. So it wasn't even like fully on the block. But then if we didn't have the block there, we'd just go yeah, we'd go all the way down there. I don't know if the void's down there or not. But that should honestly work. And now we just need to repeat this railway all the way down. So I made it 12 blocks. And we, honestly, I feel like we keep at a constant rate if we just test. So let me sit here. So right now we go slow. We hit the first one, and it looks like we're just going at a constant speed. Apart from when we initially hit that rail, you can see a little jump, but then we just keep the rest of the speed like very consistency. And yeah, honestly, that works. That works. We like that. And if we ever need, there is more gold here on the auction. Okay, so we're gonna get these railways sorted, and well, after that we have to do a quick little thing just down at the bottom. And by the time we've done all that, I'm hoping that at least most of the beetroot is grown. This is my hope. Okay, so it's all in. And now we just need to wait for them to grow properly. So we managed to have enough rails. Plenty of rails, actually. So we're just going to come down here. And we need to go to our sprites. So our sprites, we've not collected for a while. That is concerning. I keep forgetting to collect these. But yeah, the storage is not fully maxed out either, so that is definitely something we need to do. So we're going to upgrade all of our sprites because we now have the ability to upgrade them an extra 2 levels, I believe it is. Yeah, so first, so we've gone into our money sprite. So we didn't upgrade the storage full, so let's firstly start off by doing that. And now here, for 10 cloud coins per sprite, we can upgrade it to Underworld. So we're starting, currently we get... Let's not click that yet. We get 15,000 gold, like money, per 24 hours. So now we're at 25. Now we're at 50. Now we're at 75. So we went from 15 per hour all the way up to 75. That's an extra 60k per day. Not hour, sorry. So now we need to upgrade the storage to max that. And for now, I'm going to leave it at 100. So we can get like a day and a half there. But if we've got enough cloud coins by the end, if we've got enough sky dust by the end, we'll come back and upgrade all this. Because we got to upgrade our pet coins and our sky dust sprites. But this costs money. So we're going to quickly upgrade all of these to the Underworld. And then we can do the same when we unlock the void, which is in like another couple weeks. So let's upgrade the efficiencies to max. Just like so. One more. Right. And that costs, I really don't know how much that costs. So we got 786. So that is currently what we're on. That is sky dust. And now we're at 23. So about, we're at 63, which is about 23,000 per upgrade. So we're going to go and upgrade all of these. It'll take a quick minute. And yeah, this will just help us tremendously because most of our income actually comes from these sprites right here. That's like pet coins definitely comes from here. Money, I think most of our money comes from fishing actually. We've been a pretty hefty fisher recently. So we finally upgraded all of our sprites. It took a bit longer than I thought it would. So is our beetroot done? Okay. Majority of our oh, we missed a full row there. So majority of our beetroot is done. And it's not so much so that we missed the row. We missed a tiny piece of dirt. So let's quickly fix that. And now let's head in our minecart. So we need to access it by this side, which means flying all the way down these 8 chunks. Yay. We'll probably, because OCD and everything, we're going to do this exactly on this side, but we're going to flip it. So the starting would be on that, and the ending would be also on that side. So yeah, so we're going to hop in here if I try not to multiplace everything. We've got our iron hoe, and let's go. So all I got to do is hold, and this should all be replanting, because we do have replanter 5. Now we're not getting everything, but it's not too bad. And if I come into my controls and I turn on toggle for attack, I can just toggle my left click, and now I can just sit with my arms up in the air whilst it all does its thing. Now, as long as I don't, you know, just leave my computer doing this, we should be fine. I gotta stay at my computer because you can't fully AFK. It is a bannable offense, so don't be doing it. But honestly, this is just so much easier. Like, I can just do this whilst I'm on my other monitor, just watching YouTube or Netflix or something like that. And I'm harvesting crops as well as get my studies up. Yeah, it doesn't reach all the way back, which I wish we have found out sooner, because it means slowing us down. Or maybe we just can't reach that far. Because I don't think I've seen one instance in which we've hit that block. We can see we're getting XP, we're getting studies, we're getting crops farmed, we're getting it all done just by this method. And the bigger we expand this, the better it will be, for sure. And we did just level up our pit. We are level 77, so we might do a mystical enchant, but I'm not too sure. I am looking for Arcane 3 though. That is something that would be very beneficial. Because Arcane 3 I can put on my hoe, and by doing so, I'll be getting more XP from farming all this. Right, I believe this is the last row now, so when we hit the end, we should come to a stop. We shouldn't just... we might actually bounce back. I didn't think of that. But we shouldn't go flying. Oh no, we won't bounce back because it's not powered rail. There we go. And just like that, I have a full inventory, so we also pick it up. Because we don't have enough crop collectors to pick it all up. But if I go into my crops and we look at beetroot, 2000 farmed just like that, and all I did was literally nothing. Now this end layer, I don't know. I mean, it got touched a little bit, but barely. Even if we don't farm that all the way, I suppose it's okay. I mean, we still have these to farm. And when Underworld comes, I believe that's where the carrots and potatoes are. I thought it was the Underworld, but apparently not. So, this is probably the fastest, most efficient AFK, semi-AFK crop farm that you can do. Well, I won't say too efficient. I spaced my normal rails out by 12. So if you guys do copy this method, do it more than 12 just so you can reach that 4th block, because it is possible. Just I think I go too fast for it. But yeah, apart from that, it's a pretty good farm. So I'm proud of that. But that'll be it for this episode. And as I mentioned right at the start, guys, quick reminder, if you just want to enter that giveaway, all you got to do is comment your in-game name, comment the mob, the Underworld mob. Make sure it's an Underworld mob. I don't know why I typed in crops. So comment your in-game name, comment an Underworld mob, as well as a block palette and a little description of how the room can look for these enclosures. And if I like your suggestion and it turns out to be the best, then I'll pop up your comment on the screen in one of the videos where we actually focus on these enclosures. Probably will be the next one, and I'll get you guys in game with a cosmetic key. So I'll see you all in the next one.